I am committed to this Restless Vinestalk. This card can win you games. I think we'll put this on the Mistway Spy, and we are good to go. Restless Vinestalk takes it with the Merfolk. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with Man, and today we've got a juicer for you. Before we dig into the deck, make sure to leave a like on the video. The button looks just like this, and it does help out the channel tremendously. I greatly appreciate it. Feel free to join us in the Discord in the pinned comment below, and let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's dive right in, because we are Merfolk. That's right, so we are playing Merfolk. I did make a deck, about like 2 weeks ago, I don't know, whatever, like 10 days ago. It did kind of focus on the Deep-Root Pilgrimage, and it did focus on the Forensic Researcher, because as you do know, this thing, if you have 2 of these Forensic Researchers out, with the Deep-Root Pilgrim out, you can just untap and untap, tap, untap, like pretty much unlimited. It's unlimited if you have the combo out. This one's a little less gimmicky. This one, I just want to kind of focus on a key thing that I think that the meta is missing. There's 2 cards here. The Serum Snare, which is very, very good. Return target online permanent to its owner's hand. Already pretty amazing. And then the Proliferate. Typically, a lot of times the Serum Snare is used with Toxic. Now, I think what we can use is the Explore mechanic, because the Explore mechanic, if you notice, is our +1/+1 counters. So the Proliferate is extremely, extremely relevant with Serum Snare. And the next thing is Lost in the Maze. So this thing has Flash. This thing acts sort of like March of Swirling Mist, if you do kind of remember that card from Standard. It is a mono blue card. Tap X creatures. So put a stun counter on each of those creatures you control. Tap creatures you control have hexproof. Now what's nice, you can also have the Serum Snare proliferate stun counters. That's right. I know it seems a little bit crazy, but again, the Serum Snare, you can proliferate stun counters, and we have so many +1/+1 counters with the Merfolk Tunnel-Guide, because like I said, if you do play Standard, if you're a fan of Merfolks and you're a little bit on Alchemy, come over and have Merfolk. If you already have like all these cards from Standard, come over and play Alchemy with the Merfolk Tunnel-Guide, because it's strictly better over here, single-handedly because of this card. You do get a 3-time boon, and then any single Merfolk you control explores whenever any Merfolk comes in for 3 times. It's pretty wild, so you can spread out the Explore mechanic as much as you want. We got the Cenote Scout, again, just more Explore stuff. And now let's go ahead and see what else is good about like the +1/+1 counters Explore. Restless Vinestalk. This card is so freaking good in this deck. It is, now, sometimes it does kind of come out a little bit awkward because it comes in tapped, obviously. But this deck isn't a full-blown aggro deck. It is like pretty aggro, but it's not like the end of the world if you miss tempo for a turn. What you can do with this, now, when this thing attacks, that's Trample, which also can finish just games outright, but another target creature you control has base power and toughness 3/3 until the end of turn. Base power. So, if you got, a Mistway Spy up in the air, that's already good, because I do like this card in and of itself. It is a Merfolk in the, in the water, but it's also flying, so I don't know how that works, but I love it. Merfolk Detective flying in the air. But again, going back to this, the 3/3 is very, very relevant, because you have a lot of these little creatures, even like a Hexcatcher, Tunnel-Guide, whatever. The +1/+1 counters stack on top of the base power. So that's why the Restless Vinestalk is so amazing. Let's go ahead and get into the Repulsive Mutation. Again, more +1/+1 counters, which works for our Proliferate and our Restless Vinestalk. And this, of course, is just like a good counter spell. We have so many ways to have creatures on the battlefield that it's just not that hard at all. And a lot of times, even if you only have like a 2/2 out or something, and it's just 2 power, it's still counter target spell unless they pay 2. I mean, it's so good. I also do have one awkward Bring the Ending here. I am running 24 lands, and I think we could run another Lost in the Maze, so there is like one awkward Bring the Ending here. I don't really know what else. You could probably do whatever you want. There's a bunch of fun stuff that you could have, but whatever. I just kind of threw this thing in here. But this is the deck. We have the Tidebinder, Sentinel of the Nameless City. These don't really need any sort of explanation. These are just amazing Merfolk, and this is pretty much the deck. We're going to run Merfolk, and I like this. I like this list. It's just there's nothing fancy about it. Well, I guess it kind of is, but Merfolk, be damned. Let's go in. Let's dive right in to the games here. But before we dive into those games, make sure to join the channel. That'll help me out monetarily as a content creator. Get ready to subscribe if you have not already. And without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Hello. We'll keep this. Yeah, if we can get into our 3rd land here, we're looking pretty dynamite with our 3 drops here. So let's go ahead and drop our lovely Mistway Spy. Very, very nice card, yeah. It is a little underwhelming, but just any Merfolk that flies. That disguise thing, most of the time doesn't come in handy, but I have had it come in handy. So, I'm a big fan of this card. It might seem underwhelming, but don't let a little Merfolk in the air. Usually Merfolk are underwater, so this thing flies in the water too? Like, how does that work? I don't know. Either way. Either way, let's go in for the greedy freebooter. We can fly right over you, so we don't really care about that. And I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous. This is pretty much like all of our top land stuff, so not blocking. Let's go and take our damage. As long as we get into our third land, we are absolutely glorious. Typically, this deck does not have a whole lot of land issues because we have so much explore. We've got the map tokens, like, so definitely would be a little uncommon here. We do have the Serum Snare. They want to drop something down. I think I will, most likely. And again, the proliferate is very, very relevant with the Serum Snare, but let's see what they got. Nothing. We do get the Restless Vinestalk. Okay, I do like the Restless Vinestalk a lot, but not on turn 3. But hey, it could have been a non-land, so I guess it could have been worse. Could have been better, could have been worse. Edict. Well, I don't think a Serum Snare on my Spy is really worth it. I think we'll just let him have it. Plus, like, they're wasting a removal spell on a 1/1. Like, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, we just give them something to worry about. That's why you can never really be too, like, oh, it's just like a 1/1. I'm like, they use removal on it. They obviously are scared of it a little. Alright, I'm definitely going to Serum Snare whatever they put out here. It is really fun when you do get to proliferate and you have all the map tokens, explore, etc., but unfortunately, we're just going to kind of maintain tempo here if they play something. This is Rakdos. You'd think they would, right? No. Well, that's fine. We'll keep our Serum Snare. Drop you. And I think I am just going to go in for the Sentinel of the Nameless City. Of course, we could keep back the Tidebinder. I think it's probably still better. I think the upside of the Sentinel of the Nameless City and going for a map token, there's like a 95% chance they have some sort of removal spell. Man, we'll make it 98%. But I still want to get this map token down. Yeah, well, this is fine. Alright. No removal just yet. We'll do this. If they have it, they have it. They're going to definitely play it now. They're not letting me explore. But wow, we get it to go. And here's the thing. A Tidebinder, I think we're going to say no. We have enough juice in our hand here. I think I'd rather just have a land or an actual counter spell. But it is close. It doesn't feel great putting away a Tidebinder, but we already have to, so whatever. Alright, we got a big fat Nameless City. What is this? Oh, this thing does... Oh, okay, that's interesting. Well, we could also just Serum Snare this thing. They're just trying to go for treasure tokens then, right? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and swing in. I know we're going to give them their little treasure. That's fine. Just let the little greedy freebooter... We'll give you your little treasure. Take your little, you know, whatever. Scry 1, create a treasure token. Is that bad? Maybe. Do I have a stop on the... Yeah, I was going to say, do I have a stop? Is that on me? No, we are waiting for Havos. Oh, okay. Well, they've decided to play. Well, that's so nice of you. All right. Well, take your Scry and your treasure token, greedy freebooter. I guess they're greedy with their time, too. We could go for Tidebinder, but nah, it's a little too funky for me, so. So we got the Spiteful Banditry. I don't think I'm going to go in for the Sentinel of the Nameless City. If they do blow up the board, I think that is a little bit more detrimental to our health. We can just flash in the Tidebinder in case they drop anything anyway, so. I think we're just going to go in for the map token and hold the Tidebinder. Yep, this is fine. Get our land, and we are good to go. Yeah, we'll end the turn. We also do have the Lost in the Maze, which typically, this card kind of works like the March of Swirling Mist, kind of. So, I think we'll flash this in. I know we don't really have anything to counter, but that's okay. I think I just want to put damage on the board. Sure. Trumpeting card. Oh, okay, that actually makes kind of sense here, because I was going to say, like, why don't they actually use anything? They're not really, like, they're not doing anything, which is a little bit sus. So, I could animate the Restless Vinestalk, or go in for the Sentinel of the Nameless City. There's a lot of options that we have here. I think we're just going to play it cool. Let's just play it cool. Go for a map token. Pull up the Tidebinder. Yeah, there's no reason to get too crazy here. They're kind of playing into our den, so this is fine. I would like definitely another counter spell, but we got a Serum Snare and a Lost in the Maze. We can actually use this to manually tap our Sentinel of the Nameless City. Not often do you get this to tap out, so Breach the Multiverse. Okay, that is bad. That is very bad. Not much I can do here, but we can Tidebind if they have like an Atali or something like that. Our creatures aren't really that crazy. I haven't even really looked. What you got for us? Yeah, nothing really. I mean, they could get like a Tunnel-Guide. That doesn't really help them. None of their stuff really helps themselves. What I'm worried about is what they got, but we can just Tidebind whatever they have, so. This is pretty much their grand finale, Breach the Multiverse. It doesn't even really look like they have anything too crazy. The Trumpeting Carnosaur is probably their best thing, which is not that big of a deal. So let's go in, Tidebind. Let's Tidebind this little Carnosaur. Put you on ice here. Sorry, Dino. And, you know, we could Serum Snare. I guess they would probably Hex Catch the own thing, so. That's the only problem. They actually can use their Hex Catcher because this would be tapping out. I don't want to do that. I think I will pass for now. So if I go for this 1-2, we do 8 damage. It's pretty good, and they get like, this is actually pretty good. What we can do is we can go for Lost in the Maze and then put Serum Snare and put a counter on them too. So we can also just Serum Snare the Hexcatcher, but then they're gonna sacrifice it because we do own the Hexcatcher. So I think this is gonna be our only move. X equals 2. Yeah, this is fine. If they want to try to use the Hexcatcher to be annoying, they can. Because, gotta be a little careful here. Because if they want to blow up the Hexcatcher, X equals 2. We've already made X equals 2. So I have to tap these creatures. So if they are kind of intelligent, they probably would do this. They probably will blow up the Hexcatcher. But I want to put this Carnosaur on the rocks. So worst case scenario, we're not really pushing for lethal anyway. This is actually pretty surprising. All right, that's fine with me. And what we can do is go for the Serum Snare and actually proliferate them another stun counter, which is actually pretty hilarious. Bang, bang, down to 8. Do we want to do that? You know what? We could, like I said, we could proliferate another stun counter, but I think we'll just say no for now. We may need to Serum Snare something else. Plus, they could go for the Hexcatcher. It's close, but I think we'll say no. Another Breach. Oh, another Breach will put us in some pretty dangerous lands here. So, now we're scared. Now we're scared. Another Breach the Multiverse. They have 8 life, so we can animate the Restless Vinestalk if they're not careful. Another Hexcatcher or something like that. But what do they have? A Chandra. They have Chandra. And another Trumpeting Carnosaur. So what we can actually do as well is we can Serum Snare our own Lost in the Maze. But again, the Hexcatcher is the biggest problem. This thing has just been like just in the way of every possible line that we have every turn. Because I have to tap out to do this. So another Hexcatcher, Trumpeting Carnosaur. Yep. Alright. Go for the throw. Oh, see, this is actually a huge problem because, oh man, see, the Lost in the Maze works against us here because oh man, that's so bad. Because typically this thing would be tapped out because it swung, but the Vigilance actually hurts us in this regard. All right, we can't go for Serum Snare. Man, it's rough. But now we can. But now we can also go for Serum Snare on the Lost in the Maze here. 1-2, 1-2. But yeah, these Hexcatchers are literally catching us so badly. But it's definitely not over. It's just really frustrating. All right, let's do this. I think we'll go in for the Spy. I think we're just saying screw the Serum Snare right now. We just cannot afford to do it, really. I hate to say it. Let's just go as wide as possible. And then just double map tokens on the thing that flies, I suppose. Repulsive Mutation. I guess we'll keep the Repulsive Mutation. There is a chance, and this thing survives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could just go in for the Mistway Spy after pumping it with a mutation. I don't know if we can really survive. Oh, then again, we'd have to tap out for that. All right. Swing in with everything, really. Take 14. I think we can do this. I mean, can they just do more damage to my face? I think, let's take a look at what they have in their deck here before we do anything. So Chandra deals X damage to each of up to 2 targets. So they can do 5 to my face. All right, I'm going to do this. So we decided on it. We're going down to 6. Even if they do get into a Chandra, Chandra has 5 loyalty counters and will survive with 1. I think that's pretty much what they are going for. If not, deadly cover up. Okay, well, they do blow up the board at least. And then we have the Restless Vinestalk. So how bad is this actually? All right. So I guess that was a lot of mental gymnastics. I guess I was preparing for the worst, but this actually isn't terrible. Do they have any lands is what I'm... If I do this, we kind of tap out because I can't go for the Serum Snare on the back end. They have no creature lands. So I think they're just in top deck mode. I think we're just going to try and go in for the kill here. Restless Vinestalk. Let's try it out. All right, Restless Vinestalk. They can only survive 1 more turn. They're in top deck mode. They have nothing to play. And they've got a lot of mana, but this is it. Oh, this is fine. This is fine. Okay. Ooh, this is actually kind of close. So, ooh, I have 5 life. I think I'm going to have to let them draw the card. Yeah, we're going to have to let them draw the card, which, again, is not great. We're going to have to let them draw. That I cannot risk the losing the life aspect, so opponent draws a card. They actually put it on top, too, so land. Oh, God, this is really hard. Let's go in for the Restless Vinestalk. Swing in, and now we have the Lost in the Maze to protect it. Even if they did have something, we could either Serum Snare, or we could No. We have the Lost in the Maze anyway. We're fine. Whatever. It doesn't matter. That was extremely sweaty. GG's. Woof. JD9, how you doing here? Oh, just spilled my coffee everywhere. All right, so no green. I think we're going to have to mulligan this, yeah. Oh, no green. No green again? All right, let's mulligan. All right. Mistway Spy. Yeah, I guess we're going to go ahead and do this. It's going to do... Doesn't feel great, but I think we'll go ahead and do that. All right. Well, excuse me. Spilling coffee. I'm burping. Double mulligans. Not the easiest start in the world, but let's see if we can make up for it. All right, JD9, let's see what you got for me here. Azorius screams Azorius control. Only bad thing about Alchemy is that even though we are uncounterable, they can still go for reprieve, so that sucks, but I'm still going to try it. Oh, no, we're good. No counters, no reprieve. We are looking good. Wow, all right, we might be good here. Ooh, it's just going to be Esper. All right, no problem, though. Actually, this is not that problematic for us because we have a Tidebinder, so we can pretty much shut this off. Yeah, definitely losing life. Disdainful Stroke, and another Tidebinder is actually pretty gosh darn nice. So, despite the rough start, I think we're looking relatively okay. Might as well get our map token going. Ooh, Repulsive Mutation. Let's go ahead and keep that, and we will swing in, sure. Looking good, looking good. All right, we've got the Tidebinder. We even have this Repulsive Mutation, which can kind of prevent, it's definitely control. So if they have a nasty Sunfall for us, we can kind of get rid of you that way. So Rusko, do I want to Tidebind the Rusko? I think so. I don't really want them to have this midnight clock out, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's do this. Tidebinder, we'll go ahead and put the Rusko on ice. Bang, and we'll let this go through, but that's fine. I think at this point, we're trying to outrace them, so even if they do mill us, I think this is okay. Scry 2 on the bottom. Let's go ahead and lose life. They don't know what's on top. Well, I don't know either. Let's go ahead and lose the life here. And how much do we lose? 3 life? No problem. No problem. Alright, so... Do we want to swing in on the Rusko? I think so. Before we do so, yeah, this is fine. I don't think we have to really think too much about this. If they trade, they trade. Wow. Okay. Down to 9. And yeah, we're going to go in for the Tidebinder and Hull Mutation. So we're actually looking pretty good. Very, very surprising considering how rough of a start we had. But this is actually looking pretty all right. Go for the Throat. I'm going to say no to that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we will just go in for the Repulsive Mutation. And we're paying 0. So pay 0. You and you, because they don't have 4. 1, 2, 3. That's not enough. Looking good. Reprieve. Well, I don't have another green source. That is the only... Oh, Cavern of Souls is actually going to come back to bite us. Ooh. So we actually can't Repulsive Mutate anymore, so... But, oh, they reprieved their own thing. Hold on. They reprieved their own thing. Why did they do that? Okay, that works. Let's go in for Tidebinder. If we can get into another land, we can actually just animate the Restless Vinestalk here. So, we do. Wow, this is absolute. I cannot believe it. That threw me for a loop. I thought we were going to get the kill on the Nameless City because I couldn't replay the Repulsive Mutation, but this actually worked out just phenomenally. Restless Vinestalk. This has Trample, so we're swinging in. And yeah, map token, Tidebinder. Unless they have something I'm not aware of. That, I cannot believe we snuck away with that. GG's. Hello. Oh, 9. Hello. Let's go ahead and keep this. The Cenote Scout is such a good card, man. I actually have run this card in mono green because I think it's so good. Just a 1-drop that can explore. It's pretty phenomenal. Unfortunately, we're not going to see it on turn 1 because we're going to have to commit to the Restless Vinestalk. But speaking of committing to cards, I am committed to this Restless Vinestalk. This card can win you games, especially later in the game. Yeah, this card can really make a big difference. Especially with the Explorer, because these are counters. Explorer gives you counters, and this is base power. So all your little weenies, especially like a little Mistway Spy in the air, it's pretty cute, but it can definitely push for damage, so. Alright, Cenote Scout, let's see what we got. More land, which is fine. And I guess we probably could have played that first, but it is what it is, so. Let's go and get for our little Mistway Spy, and we'll get a little bit board going. Get a little presence for our little Cacophony Scamp, because we know what this thing does. Usually it bumps up to the high heavens, and, you know, this thing can get crazy pretty quickly, and then they usually fling it. So, Electrostatic Infantry. Alright, so they're definitely going in for their setup, but this is not that bad, because what we can do is we can just Tidebind the Electrostatic Infantry. So that's not that big of a deal. And I think I'm going to swing in with Mistway Spy. Let's go ahead and piss them off a little bit. Why not? Man, I don't know, actually. I mean, maybe we push for damage here. I think we're going to do that. Now that I got the Mistway Spy, let's do this. 2-2. I still am not going to swing in with the Scout anyway, but we put two 2/2s in the air. We might just be able... Initially, I want to go for the Tidebinder, but we might just be able to do this. So that's fine. With the Hexcatcher, if they do want to fling something, we can just counter it anyway, so that's actually pretty nice. So we got to make sure that we're kind of careful about what we're doing here. I don't really know why they're swinging in with this. I guess I do, right? If they have... If they have, like, a Monstrous Rage or something, we can counter it, but then we have to lose a Merfolk. And I think we just sacrifice a Spy or something. So, overall, I think we're probably still good to do this. Oh, they're going to put on the Scamp. Okay. Do we just let this go and then kill these 2 1/1s, or do we block out the Monstrous Rage? I think we probably let this go. Down to 13. That's fine. What are they going to do? Like, kill my face? They're going to sacrifice it? I think we're okay. If they went for the Monstrous Rage... Oh, they are. On my face? They do the proliferate where? On my face? Wow. Down to 9. Okay. Well, I think we're going to go in for the Cenote Scout, and then we'll have the Tidebinder. Will that be enough? I don't know, I'm starting to get a little nervous here, but this is mono red, of course, so... Should I just swing in? I think we're going to do it, yeah. Down to 11, we can flash in the Tidebinder, and we've got the Hexcatcher in case they want to put Tramp on this thing. Otherwise, we can just block it. This is definitely a little, you know, a little sweaty. Another infantry, it's fine. This thing, so this is counters. Even if we do Tidebind the infantry, it still has the counters on it, which is pretty important to note. So I think we'll go ahead and Tidebind. And I want to hold on. Is this, hold on, which, I don't know which one's which. Hold on. Which one, hold on, which one is this? Hold on. Help! I don't, which one activated first? Alright, I guess I'm guessing. Did I get the right one? Okay, we did. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. As long as they're not, like, super wide here, so... Okay, we're good. So they're swinging here. We can chump block this. Down to 5. They gotta be careful. I do have quite a board here, so... So we can actually double block this thing, or we could chump block, or we could just do nothing. What do we... If we do nothing, 1, 2... They block you and then block you. 2, 4, 6. Maybe it kind of is in our best interest to do this. Because this still has trample. I think we just take an even trade here. Yeah, this is fine. We block out the infantry from being they will have trample, so this one will be allowed to like rebuild again, which is not wonderful. But I think this is still okay. Yeah, I think this is fine. Let's do this, and then next turn we're gonna be able to go for the Vinestalk, Tidebinder. So even if they do, yeah, right at the Hornwork, that's fine. Let's go for Tidebinder. Now we don't have that same sort of dilemma here. But is there a way that I could see that for next time? I don't know. Down to 8 life. We're actually okay. I think we got it. The Restless Vinestalk is going to win this game. Remember what I was saying about the Restless Vinestalk? It just wins games, baby. So I have no idea why you're swinging in with this. This makes no sense, right? Is there something I'm missing here? No, I don't think so. I think you're just swinging into nothingness here. Yeah, you just swung into nothing. That works for me, my friend. So let's go ahead and drop our Cavern of Souls. We'll call it Merfolk. And time for the Restless Vinestalk. Absolutely love this card. We will pay 1 here. This is going to be a 5/5 with flying. Let's swing on in. I haven't really done the math here. Maybe I kind of should. Nah, we're fine. This has trample. So worst case scenario, we're just fine. So I think we'll put this on the Mistway Spy, and we are good to go. Restless Vinestalk takes it with the Merfolk. Just say, hello. Just say, how you doing? All right, so we got the Merfolk Tunnel-Guide. Of course, this is like the most, I don't want to say, it's close to broken, man. What's funny is I see people like always, let's go ahead and get down the Restless Vinestalk. First things first. But let's go ahead and talk about the Merfolk Tunnel-Guide here a little bit. This thing is so nuts. If you like Merfolks and you play Standard, like just come to Alchemy. Just come over to Alchemy and play and just craft war. This is uncommon, so you don't really have to worry about that. I'm so excited to play it. I'm not even playing down my land first. So let's go for the Merfolk, and let's go ahead and drop our Merfolk Tunnel-Guide. This thing's so outrageously good. I mean, that's how good it is. That's how good it is. Dude, guy, and bro. What's going on, man? Let's go ahead and keep this. Dude, guy, bro. You must be a cool dude. All right. Going to keep this. Obviously got the Merfolk Tunnel-Guide. Love this card so much, man. This card just makes Merfolks go. It's so crazy. I guess we'll go for the Cavern of Souls. We'll go ahead and give them, we'll tip off that we're playing Merfolk. I guess that'll be a little obvious once we drop the Tunnel-Guide here. But like I said, yeah, if you like Standard and if you like Merfolks, just come over to Alchemy and just craft 4 of these bad boys, and now you got the most busted Merfolk like ever. Glimpse the core. Okay. Well. Keanu, hello, welcome to the show. Let's go ahead and keep this. Looks like a solid hand. Not a great hand, but it is a solid one, so we'll go ahead and keep it. I absolutely love this little Mistway Spy. It does have definitely a lot of versatility. More land. Don't really love that. But let's go ahead and see if we can explore, maybe out of land, but we'll fix up our draw here. With the Cenote Scout, so we're getting all of our land. That is fine. We're going to get into our nice, juicy Merfolk next turn. I can already feel it. Delighted Halfling, I'm not delighted to see you. Ren, ooh, okay. So, this is kind of a problem.
In the tangle, I see a path to victory.
Alright, let's see here. So, Sentinel City is very nice.
Fight back!
Fight back. Now, I've got to make a decision here. Do I want to just drop down the Mistway Spy? Or do I want to hold the Repulsive Mutation? I think we're probably going to hold up the Repulsive Mutation. Go ahead and just tap the Ren. But yeah, this is a problem, though.
Not yet!
Oh my god, there's so much emotion in Ren. Oh my god, those voice lines are go crazy. Alright, but the problem with Delighted Halfling is this makes things, legendary spells can't be countered, so that is definitely an issue. I still think I would rather hold this up.
Buy us more time.
Buy me more time, Ren. You gotta relax. There's still plenty of time. It's 20 to 20. So let's see if they want to swing in with the Halfling. I kind of hope they do. So if they do tap out, this is only relevant if they tap out. A lot of times the Repulsive Mutation is a lot more devastating, but this could get a little rough here. Nothing? That is wonderful. Thank goodness. Yeah, I'll take that all day. So let's go ahead and tip off that we are playing Merfolk with our Cavern of Souls. I think it's pretty late in the game. We can go ahead and we can show them. So, Sentinel of the Nameless City. And, you know, it's looking pretty okay. Got the Hexcatcher. Of course, the Sentinel of the Nameless City. Very, very nice. There is that one enchantment that kind of works when you're Merfolk tap. But because this has Vigilance, I don't know. I think I don't really like it that much, so. Go ahead and pass. Let run. Do your thing. Delighted Halfling. I know something big's coming here. This just feels like a trap. I feel like a false sense of security here.
My voice beckons to all worlds.
Ren's voice beckons to all worlds, huh? Okay, so ossification, not that big of a deal. It's not great. I mean, it seems like they might be actually stuck on land. Forest comes in. Down to 14, we can take that. We can take that. I don't really want to chump block if I can buff up my board. Plus, we do need a board of some sort for the Repulsive Mutation. And another Sentinel of the Nameless City. Okay. Eventually, Ren. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that -7. They don't have anything in their graveyard for the emblem, but I still don't like it. So, what's the actual play here? I do want to hold up counter magic of some sort, so I think what I'm going to do is probably just pass. Well, no. Oh, God. I think it's either this. We're either going Nameless City and Spy in the air, or we're going Hexcatcher and Mutation. It was two groups of two, and I think we're going to lean towards this. It's close, though. If this Ren and Stimpy wasn't looking so sus over there, I'd be a little more nervous, but I think I kind of like this. This is fine. Definitely a grindy matchup early often. Don't really know where we sit here. Obviously, I think this is a little bit better here. Let's go ahead and establish the board a little, or at least try, before we start holding up our countery stuff. Alright, this force has been animated like 37 times.
Fight back!
We'll hold them off with the Nameless City, unless they have another ossification, obviously, but we actually do have Serum Snare, which actually can help against the ossification. Another one! Okay, that is unfortunate. Alright. I mean, they aren't putting that much damage actually on the board, though, so I don't think we're, like, sweating that bad yet. Alright, we can take this. Down to 11. I'm not really sweating yet. We can go in for the Ren. Yep, definitely not blocking. Heck no. As long as we can touch the Ren. That -7, again, I know they have nothing in the graveyard, but I just don't feel good about the Ren. That -7 is too powerful. If this game's going to go grindy like this, no, we don't want that to happen. Vinestalk? Okay. I think what we want to do, I think we're actually going to say no to the Vinestalk. Oh man, this is actually kind of hard. Because I do want to kind of get a map token up here too. Maybe we'll do a map token. I definitely want to bust a map token either way. I want to see if we can maybe kind of fix up our draws here, because we need something good here. Maybe a Serum Snare would kind of alleviate a lot of worries. Did you have something? Maybe I could go for the throw. I don't even know what they're playing. And so far I've only seen like white sorcery speed removal. Exile target creature at the beginning of your, you have to keep it. This card is exiled. It perpetually gets +1/+1. So they're doing this because they want the Ren's emblem, I'm assuming, right? That's what's going on here. So if I go for Hexcatcher, that actually is not going to work. I think we're just going to have to go for Repulsive Mutation. And we're going to have to pay the 1. Oof, that's pretty brutal. But I think I kind of have to do this. Really, really weird, but we're going to have to do this if I want to swing it on Ren. This flies, so I can get over your little land creatures here. But they're really, really investing into this, because typically, let's go ahead and, hold on, where am I at? Let's go ahead and switch this out here. So, they're going to exile this target creature, and they did pay it. They did pay it, but now we can still swing in you. Okay. Alright, so I guess that was a really weird turn. I mean, that's fine. So,
the corruption spreads.
We do get it back, and we do get to ultimately go in on Ren. So that was a really weird turn. I'm trying to still figure out the hotkeys and stuff like that. I could have sworn my hotkey was the right one. As you can try to see, I'm like, touching my keyboard. I'm like, why isn't it switching over? Switching over to the other position, so I was making this C. Yeah, we're learning. We're still learning. Still got the kinks out for all the hotkeys on the OBS system here, but I do want to get a more seamless transition stage there. It was a little awkward. I do apologize, but nevertheless, Ren is not going to get the -7 quite yet. But at some point, we are down to 8 life at this point, and we do get our Mistway Spy back, which we love. Yeah, we're definitely going to put it on the battlefield. I would say yes. And now it's a 2/2. Is summoning sick, and we top deck into a land, which is very, very harsh. Don't like that. But, I mean, the Restless Vinestalk, we can use this to swing in. I don't think we have much else of a choice, so let's use our Restless Vinestalk. I absolutely love this card in this deck. Very, very good. And I am going to swing in on Ren. We're going to bump up our little Cenote Scout. The Restless Vinestalk is so good in this deck because we have a lot of little, like, weenies. And with the Explore mechanic, the Vinestalk is actually good because it's base power. So if you have +1/+1 counters, it's just extra gravy on top. So Restless Vinestalk itself has Trample. And if they want to trade, or at least chump, we at least don't come out empty-handed. But we did tap out for this. Like, this was pretty hefty of a price. And they're going to trade. That's fine. We'll get rid of a forest. I mean, that's fine with me. I think the worst thing that could happen here is they just had like some sort of spot removal. And wow, we did it. Okay. That's fine.
All will. Not yet.
Oh my god. Ren's voice lines go so hard. That's crazy. Oh my god. Alright, well. We have a map token. Potentially we could use the Mistway Spy to swing in. But, you know,
My voice beckons to all worlds.
at a certain point, you know, we're starting to look like a little nervous. Seal from Existence. I don't think, I mean, it's not the best thing. It's not the worst thing. Down to 4. We're going to have to... we gotta have to top deck into something that's not a land. If we can just top deck into... ooh, is that 5/1? Okay. If they swing in with everything... or just the planes, rather. Hold on. Lost in the Maze. This thing has hexproof, though. It's actually... I love this card, but it's not very good right now. But if I go for the Restless Vinestalk, this is just a 5/5. Restless Vinestalk into a 5/5, we swing in. Can we kill you? Not really. And you have hexproof. Oh my god, so the Lost in the Maze does not even help. We're gonna have to just chump block. Oh, that's so bad. Let's game of thinking here. Is there any way out? We can't really swing in. 5/5. We could be a 6/6. That's not enough. Oh, it's so bad. Wow. Just gonna have to pass. So the Audacity does do that, which is fine. Kind of an awkward interaction there, but there's not a whole lot we can do here. We can just, yeah, we're just gonna have to go for the Vine. It's really the only option we even have. Okay. Yeah, the hexproof is what's really killing us. We can go for the Lost in the Maze.
Buy us more time.
We're gonna take 1. Haywire Might is not the end of the world. Okay. Alright, I think we're still alive. We're still good here. They can't swing in. They definitely can't swing in. And then we can go for the Hexcatcher. At least get something on the board. Some sort of presence. Yeah, there's no way they can swing in. They're... what are you... Whoa. What are you doing? Well, I was gonna say, what are you doing there? Don't be swinging. I got my Restless Vinestalk. I mean, you can swing if you want. But it would not be... it'd be a little detrimental to your board. But so far, you know, I don't know. I mean, this is not looking phenomenal. I'm trying to think how we can do this. Lost in the Maze does not really help us right now. Just doesn't. We can put counters on their stuff, but again, this freaking hexproof is really proven to be a pain. So at least get down our Hexcatcher. Let's do at least what we can. If I go for Lost in the Maze, just put stun counters on these. It feels very weak. I wish this thing... oh man. Restless Vinestalk. We could try to go for the kill here. I think we're gonna have to try this. This is really risky, but if we can do it, it's gonna work out. So, Lost in the Maze. We'll go for ×2. This is very, very risky. They can kill it with the Haywire Might, but I don't really care. As long as they get the stun counters, that's all I'm worried about. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna animate the Restless Vinestalk. This is so risky. Oh god. I'm going to do this. We're gonna animate the Restless Vinestalk. The Vinestalk will give the Hexcatcher 3 power and 3 toughness, and then we're gonna go in for the map token to try and buff up the Hexcatcher, and then we're gonna try and kill this freaking Ren the Realmbreaker. We're like, this is the only choice we have. Yeah, I don't care. They can kill. You can kill the Lost in the Maze. It doesn't matter. The point is, we're trying to clear the path as much as humanly possible, and they do it. That's fine. Serum Snare. Okay, now we have a Serum Snare. Ooh, okay, well. Now what do we want to do? I think before, actually, because this is the plan. Restless Vinestalk. 3/3. Effectively, if this is a counter, we'll swing in on Ren. So let's do the map token before we commit to the Restless Vinestalk idea. No land. Please no land. Please no land. Please no land. We need a counter. We need a counter so badly. Yes! Okay. Yes. Hexcatcher. Do we want to keep this permanently? I guess. I don't think we can be that meticulous. So let's go for the Restless Vinestalk. And we're going to go for a full-in swing on the Ren now. And they're going to have to chump block, but either way, the Ren's going down. Because if we did not get the counter on this Hexcatcher, this would be a 3/3. And then they could have, I mean, it is what it is. Because they would have blocked the Restless Vinestalk as trample. I guess it really didn't matter. Because I keep forgetting the Restless Vinestalk has trample. So it didn't really matter. I think they were going to go down either way, but I still would prefer this over a land, so. I guess that fist pump was a little over dramatic, but now the Plains is not going to be animated, and they can't swing in on me, because these have stun counters.
Song ends.
Alright. That is the end for you, Realmbreaker. At least for now. Yeah, this doesn't really matter, though. I mean, Lost in the Maze did its job, so. Alright. So now we're kind of put them in top deck mode. We do have a Serum Snare and a Hexcatcher. The Hexcatcher actually is not the strongest thing ever. Alright, we're looking good. We're looking good. If we want to go for the Restless Vinestalk, I think we are. Let's just go start beating down their face. We have the Serum Snare. I guess the Mistway Spy isn't really that good, though, so. We can start putting down what? I mean, this is quite a bit of damage. I think we're going to do this. We do have the Serum Snare or a Vodalian Hexcatcher as defense. So even if they do go for something crazy, I think we're okay to start beating face here. Alright, this is 9 damage. Bang, bang. And of course, like, this is a little risky, but if I didn't have these kind of instant speed stuff, I would be a lot more meticulous. So let's see what they top deck here. Another Ren. Oh. Well, that is pretty horrific, isn't it? I think we're going to have to just go in for the Hexcatcher to chump block. Oh, God.
I am the nexus of all that is.
Because we can't Serum Snare the actual land here. So, yeah, that's fine. We're going to have to just go in for the Hexcatcher and just chump block this thing.
Stand with us.
Ugh. Yep, that's our only move. 3 life. Hopefully they don't have a removal spell. If they do, oh my god, they're highlighting it, so that means they have something in that they can play in response here. Brutal. Brutal. We came all this way to lose. Oh man, that is brutal. Maybe we got a little bit too aggressive. Got a little too aggressive here. But wait, hold on. Next, the Delighted Halfling. Yep, we're screwed. Wow, we came all this way to lose. That is that's pretty brutal. We'll give him a good game. It's been a good game, but really, really disappointing. GG's. Lucky Titan, how you doing? How you doing? Excuse me, let's go and keep this. This is like the Colossal Titan? What we got here, man? It's been a hot second since I've seen Attack on Titan, but I did enjoy it. I just, I think it was Season 4, Part 2 was the last time I saw anything. Merfolk Tunnel-Guide, we'll go ahead and keep that, absolutely. Literally, probably the best pound-for-pound card in our deck. Even though it's close, the Sentinel name still is pretty good, too. Many pairings, so just search for your card for a basic land, create a food. Alright, so we'll let the food begin. I guess the Titans can get pretty hungry. Usually they eat people and not food, though, so... Alright, let's go in for our Merfolk Tunnel-Guide. We will absolutely pay. It's worth its weight in gold. Yeah, I mean, the Merfolk Tunnel-Guide, man, like I said, I cannot stop raving about this card. If you like Merfolks, just come over to Alchemy and craft 4 of these bad boys. It's an uncommon. Just do it. You'll be so happy. Alright. And the thing is, like, no one is really playing Merfolk in Alchemy as well, which makes this really, really weird. So they're going to go ahead and Plane Cycle on for sorcery speed. This makes my turn a breeze. Easy, breezy, beautiful cover, girl. I'm not even worried. I think we're just going to drop down the Sentinel of the Nameless City. We can do, hey, if they're playing sorcery speed, tapped out, we can just kind of play our stuff tapped out, sorcery speed, before combat. Who really cares? Alright, more land is not too bad, so... Down to 14 we go, we got a Serum Snare. This card's really, really nice, especially with all the map tokens and all the explore stuff. We can, the Proliferate is like very relevant. Up the Beanstalk, alright. Don't really love this, but it's okay. Like I said, the Proliferate on all of our stuff with our Explore is so relevant. So I think we're just gonna push for more damage here. Why not? Let's go in for our Hexcatcher. Of course we do get our lovely, and they know we didn't even have to Proliferate. Didn't even have to.